All right, it's time for the April 1st Tuesday crossword. You can already see that there's some interesting things going on the grid here with some of those downs. We see something on that 22 across, so we'll see how that ends up playing into things, but we're just going to go ahead and get started here. All right. Girlfriend in Guadalajara. I mean, friend who's a girl would be amiga. I don't know, that's going to be the answer, but let's go ahead and check. I don't know, a TV journalist. Solidify would be gel. Big shot on the internet. Influencer seems to fit. Outfielder's call would maybe be mine. Girlfriend in Grenoble. I don't know where that is, but let's check the acrosses here. So one who works with or data, minor. Publication where this puzzle might be found. I'll skip. Eel could be a slippery fish here. Apply to, use on, perhaps. Or 18 across, commonly found. We don't know 18 across, so we'll skip. Dessert that might have a cherry on top would be Sunday. Largest movie theater chain, AMC. Let's go with that. What you might do if you don't know an answer. Guess. Horse doesn't work with that. So we don't know what that horse is going to become or why horse is there, but we'll get to it in a moment. So person you may have ruined your puzzle. Who may have ruined your puzzle experience? Don't know, but girlfriend in Grenoble, I think that might be French for, oh no, Prince Ami, recapitulate, sum up. Down the dumps would be sad. GPS prediction would be ETA. Educational items that spin, globes. So the L here does line up, so maybe guess is wrong with the horse down there. Greek goddess of wisdom would be Athena. Sigmund Freud. Something power, don't know. We'll come back to it. Could be horsepower, but then what you might do if you don't know an answer? Gush. Sag droop. So a little bit weird. I'm gonna leave the S off here because horsepower does work, right? So that's a little bit weird. But we'll come back to it. Colorado ski resort, Aspen, I believe. Crown for the prom king. Queen would be a tiara. In Flight magazine, possibly. We'll leave that out from now, but Les Miserables. Lock that in. Religion, Shinto, in Japan. Person who might have ruined your puzzle experience. Prior, whatever, someone's on a flight. This is going to be In Flight magazine. Let's just throw it in there anyways. All right. Prior something. Prior passenger. There you go. Tumbler. I want to put glass. So these could be wrong, is the thing. So horse could be very much wrong. If someone was trying to solve it in a magazine before you, they might not have everything right. So, and they may have stuff right. So, anyways, see red. I'm trying to think of a word here like sieve, but we'll skip it for now. Announcement that could put an end to the misery caused by 49 across. Privy to and on. NYPD blue. Is your toothy look? Grin. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. T-top would be your stingray feature. So not going to be horsepower, but let's throw that S in there. Gilda of SNL. Don't know. Body parts that swivel. Let's go with hips there. Young women affectionately. Chicas, maybe. Real stinkers. We'll skip. Handwritten entry on a calendar. I don't know what would make it handwritten, so we'll just skip fixed at the vet spade. Like short plays, typically 1 act. Sinus doc would be ENT, ear, nose, throat. That's disgusting. Let's go with UG. Final outcomes, we'll skip. Choir voice, tenor. San Bernardino, weird to have in a New York crossword, but whatever. Nagano would be where the 898 Olympics were. Letter between G, H. I don't know how we're going to spell that here, so let's skip it. Chewing gum brand with red and white and blue packaging. Oh, don't know. Just checking that 8 down for Pam. Just make sure it's good. Word before Irish Spirit Evil. Nobel winner Morrison. Let's go with Toni Morrison. Pops up commonly, so that aver is actually going to be a vowel. So this 14 down. Amazes would be Oz. So we can go ahead and do that with the A. Software beta. Garlicky sauces, aiolis, Santo Domingo, or seat, back, pocket. All right, drill sergeants lead into 2. Hup, appointment is handwritten, sure. Doesn't have to be handwritten. Alternative jockey would be Haynes, Bazooka Joe, or Bazooka Gum. All right, real stinkers would be skunks, ick factor. Genetic, this could be RNA, it could be DNA, brain cell, neuron. Tumbler, glass, so there you go. Like I said, trackways, paths, see red, get mad, solar power. So we'll put that, mac and cheese, nothing else will get there. Announcement, return to return tray upright is what comes to mind, but we'll see what the downs are. Rechargeable 2-wheeler e-bike. Went postal. Past tense. Gilda Radner, likely. TBA or TBD. Let's go with the A since we got the R there. 18-wheeler would be rig. Went postal, rage. Yeah, that works. Car brand would be make, return tray to something. All right, final outcomes and results. So not RNA, but DNA. 64 down, early internet provider. Could be AOL, but let's see what happens. ET arrived in 1, UFO. Holland Oats, lasso. Now I'll check these. Sheep's bleat would be ba or ma. These and Osabuco return tray tables, and there you go. Second, just kind of burn through it. So yeah, the interesting theme here is that they had things quote unquote penciled in, and it was kind of on you to decide if those are right or wrong. So first one we came across here, well, first one that we locked in was Les Miserables. This is just going to be it. There's not going to be anything else. I got guess here, but seeing horsepower filled in was a bit of a red herring that I was already questioning from the start. So that this became solar power just made sense. It's just with Eni and Mac here, it's easy to get thrown off. By the time I got to Aver here, we already knew from solar that we couldn't trust what was penciled in. So A, we eventually confirmed it's good. The V looked good, but because Toni Morrison pops up in crosswords here and there, made sure I got the O in there, that I knew this wasn't going to be Aver. And because you always get Aver or a vowel, Oz was easy to also slot in. Same thing here for DNA RNA. Is what's going to be here, and our D or an R. Just left it blank. It was the D, And it looks like they just filled in an S here that, you tend to do when you're filling these crosswords out. So relatively easy crossword. Fun to see the little chicken scratch pencils in there, but yeah, not too much to say about her than that. Straightforward, no tricky answers. Yeah, we're done.